Hi there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Mindful Moments, Touch Your Heart Every Day. And I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday every single week to help you lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. Great to be here. I'm glad you're here. Super if you're here for the first time, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome. Thank you for staying with me. The first thing to say is that this work is not a quick fix. Yeah, you won't, solve all the problems in one go. I reckon 30 days of regular daily practice to really start to make some inroads into the hard wiring of your brain. You've been conditioned, depending on your age, for maybe several decades from being the age of 5. And so it takes time to really change that wiring and bring you out of the limited mind between your ears, which dominates our lives, especially if we are business owners and leaders and so on, and bring you down into the unlimited mind, which is my stock in trade. So this week, just to give you something to reflect on as we start the practice, we have been talking about regenerative incomes. And these are really, really important. And the Body is Your Business Plan Masterclass, which will be after this practice, is all about that topic. And I'm going to be really going into it in detail. But basically, the essence of it is most income models fail leaders and normal people because of strategy. Because it's not enough to have strategies. It's all to do with physiology. Yeah, income begins in the nervous system, not in the mind. When tolerance is low, even the most well-designed business models become extractive, draining emotional, creative, and energetic reserves. But when tolerance is restored, income becomes regenerative, renewing energy instead of depleting it. So this practice is all about embracing regenerative income models and saying no to extractive models that drain you and sap you and make you unhappy just so you can pay the bills. Okay. Of course, you need to shift from the limited mind, which is largely fear-driven, rigid, survival-oriented, to the unlimited mind, which is a state of embodied coherence, heart-feel intelligence, and somatic stability. So it's really important for us to reflect on these things. So I'm going to ask for just 1 minute of silence while we reflect on those ideas. Okay, wonderful. It's always good to start anything with a little silence, just to settle the mind and start to begin the journey down into the unlimited mind. Okay, let's get started. Couple of little rules. It's really good to sit with your spine vertical or stand, which is equally good, with the crown of your head going up, base of your spine going down into your chair, or the weight of your body going down through your feet. And think about you as the connection between the heaven and the earth. And we are indeed, our consciousness connects the two. And that's what we're going to explore during our practice. So, yes, your position is really important. Of course, if you have spinal damage or you're not well, then please be comfortable. That's the most important thing. I need all of your attention to get the best benefit from this practice. Okay. Now, the second thing is, in a moment, I'm going to ring my bell. When you detect the vibrations of my bell, please allow your eyelids to drop. This is non-doing practice. You don't have to do anything. So you're just going to allow gravity to close your eyes for you. But don't close them totally. Please leave a rim of light at the bottom end of your gaze and glance at the tip of your nose. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. And welcome, King. I'm glad you're here. That's great. So glad you're doing this practice. You're still young, and it's a brilliant time to start to balance your body, your spirit, and your mind. Okay, so please take a time now to come down into your inner core. And as you do so, because the contrast between the visual world and the invisible world is huge, so it's a real transition to move between them. Really feel yourself coming down into your central core. And as you do so, you'll probably notice two things. The first is your breath. Yeah, we take the breath for granted. We just breathe all the time. We don't have to do anything. But when you close out the visual field, then you really start to notice your breath. You don't need to change your breath. Remember, this is non-doing. Just follow it. Breathe with it. Conscious breathing has incredibly beneficial results. So be aware of your breath. And the second thing is, you may be tempted to generate images or words as I speak. You've been trained to do that, so don't worry, it's normal. But here, in the invisible world, you don't need to. I will guide you with my voice, and if you follow, then that's all you need. So try to keep away from generating unnecessary words and images as we go deeper into the practice. Okay, so let's start stage one. Please gather and channel all the energy of your mind into a single laser beam. Bright, hot, penetrating. And in a moment, we're going to slide that beam outside your environment, outside your windows and walls, outside your roof, if you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle. And if you're already outdoors, then as far afield as you can. And we're going to start to scan systematically, thoroughly, inch by inch, to scan the environment, seeking out vibrations. Any vibrations, whether near or far, loud or soft. And when we encounter a vibration, we're going to pause, accept, and move on. We don't need to label those vibrations. We don't need to guess what they are. In the invisible world, we don't need symbols, and words are mere symbols. So start to scan, and when you scan, please scan with your whole body from the crown of your head right down to the tips of your toes, like a tiger in a jungle. Every single vibration, whether large or small, near or far, could be the next meal or could be a threat. So animals are 100% engaged when they are hunting, and you can be too. Many of us have lost that skill because we live in urban conditions and we don't need to hunt. So in the invisible realm, we can revive these ancient skills which are in your makeup. Your ancestors did it. This is how they survived long before language, long before all the conveniences we have in modern life. So scan as far afield as you can, above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Wonderful. This is known as whole body listening. You're listening with every skin pore, every hair follicle. Your whole body is aware to any vibrations in the outer environment. And by doing this, we tone up the vagus nerve, which is the main biofeedback nerve from the body to the brain. And when we live in urban populations, it tends to have no tone. So we don't detect distress signals from the body, hence burnout, hence all manner of inflammatory diseases, which people die of. So by doing whole body listening, you're toning up that nerve. Wonderful. Let's move to stage 2. Please bring the laser beam of your mind, bright, hot, unique to you. Bring it inside your environment, inside your immediate environment, and start to scan again. Above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Illuminate everything with your laser beam. Detect every vibration. up in your ceiling corners or up in the corners of your car interior. And if you're outdoors, up into the sky and down into your floor corners underneath your furniture. If you're in a vehicle, down in below the floor, and if you're outdoors, right down into the earth. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. Wonderful. And as you go on, scanning in the interior environment, let me talk a little bit about your breath. Keep scanning and listen to me also with your whole body. Your breath is a miracle. It's your most cherished asset. It doesn't cost anything. It's consistent and constant, unconditional. Human beings can breathe oxygen. And that's because of planet Earth. It's the only planet we know that provides breathable gas for humans. And your body is extraordinary. Your lungs process that oxygen, which would otherwise kill us, keeping the nutrients and expelling the things we don't need to allow us to thrive. It's fantastic. So please take a moment to really feel deep gratitude for your breath. You breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every 24 hours for 50, 60, 70, even 90 years. It's amazing. Feel that gratitude. Remember that gratitude. And it's a very good practice to remember it every single day. It's a wonderful way to start the day, being grateful for everything we've got, but especially for the breath. Super. Okay, let's move to stage 3. Now bring that laser beam of your bright, penetrating, unique mind inside your body, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan up the tops of the feet, systematically, thoroughly, and along the soles of the feet to the heels, illuminating and detecting vibrations, and then slide up into your ankle joints, make space and light inside those joints, soften the cartilages, and then start to scan up the lower leg, slowly, systematically, detecting vibrations, illuminating any dark, tight place. And when you encounter something, pause, accept, and move on. Scanning upward until you encounter the calf muscles. They're often very hard from the bombardment of gravity, or maybe poor posture or tiredness. So take the heat and light of your mind inside those muscles, warm them up, soften them. Then move smoothly up into the knee joints and do the same thing. Make space. Bring light into those joints from the unique power beam of your mind. Then we start to scan along or up the thigh, depending whether you're standing or sitting, in detail. systematically. This is the longest bone and muscle area of the body. So take your time scanning along or up if you're standing. And then eventually you will encounter the torso. And at the base of the torso, the bottom end of your spine, is the base chakra. Now, this is a pool of energy, and it's hot. And if you're in good condition, it's really the most powerful energy in your entire body. It's extraordinarily important place. It's the place of birth for women, of procreation for men, and of elimination for all humans. And if we don't eliminate toxins from our bodies, then we will die. So this is such an important area of the body. And nearby the base chakra is a series of little bones called the coccyx bones, between 3 and 5 little bones. So scan up those, and then you come to the sacrum, which is a large spade-shaped bone right at the base of your spine. So scan up that, and then we start to encounter the lumbar spine bones. These are chunky bones with a disc in between, white cartilage. Take the heat and light of your mind inside those cartilages and make them soft, make them warm. Build up the back of your body, the tower of your spine that emanates up into the heavens. Bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc. And you'll go up behind your intestines. Bone, disc, and up behind your solar plexus, which is the center of gravity of the body. Bone, disc, bone, disc. Up behind the diaphragm, which is the breathing muscle of the body. Bone, disc. And then you come to the rib cage. And inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, the most magnificent of which is your heart. And this is beating away, and it exudes electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than the brain. Your heart is your true brain, and it balances your body, your spirit, and your mind. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and keep going to the top part of your chest, and there you'll encounter the lungs, and they are flickering away, processing oxygen for you so you can really thrive, so you can survive. Without it, we would be dead in 3 to 4 minutes. So up behind the lungs, bone, disc, then reach up your hand to touch the notch on the back of your neck. And from here on, the cervical spine, which is the neck spine, is much smaller. Bone, disc, and eventually it disappears up inside the skull. And right at the crown of your head is the atlas joint. And this is where the skull pivots and is held by muscles. And this is why we are master communicators, because we can move into over 10,000 different presentations of the head and the face. And above, the heavens, the earth, and there you have it, the wonderful lengthened spinal column of your being. This is your anchor. Yeah, so please enjoy it and allow your eyelids to float open so you can gaze softly ahead. Wonderful. Now look out into the visual world in a totally different way than when we started. This is how to navigate the visual world. If you stay back in your spine, your breath is deepened, you're breathing consciously, and your whole body is aware through whole body listening. This is how to live. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for day 3 of our 3-day practice. Thank you. Bye.